Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here, Saturday the 24th of March. Thanks for watching once again. Looks as if we are going to be seeing a gradual breakdown in these dry and warm conditions, particularly towards the end of this week and into the beginning part of April. I think it might be a bit stop-start before we actually get to wetter conditions, but they certainly look like they're on the way. And I wouldn't be surprised if Easter isn't around the time that they arrive. Unfortunately, of course, all the schools are off, people are on holiday then. It looks as if the weather might break down just at the wrong time. This is a comparison between the 7 and the 10-day 500 millibar means running from next Sunday through to Tuesday the 3rd of April. This is the ECMWF on the left, we've got the GFS on the right, and you see how both are really very similar. The ECMWF making more of the ridge on the anomalies there in the oranger colours to the west of the British Isles, less so on the GFS, but both have this trough leaving the eastern coast of the States. ECMWF making more of the trough over the western coast of the States than the GFS. This is something to watch. That could have an impact on the bearing around the whole of the hemisphere during the latter part of the period. But generally, these hinting that the jet tries to get back in, although generally affecting Scotland. But I think that this pattern really is showing that this trough is going to slowly build eastwards. It will cut off this ridge, build that through North America, and then we'll find the jet stream re-establishing during the early part of April across most of the British Isles. So here's how things look on the charts for the coming days. Let's just show you the GFS ensemble, which you can get by clicking on weather charts at the top of the page, and then you click on ensemble down here on the left hand side, and we're using the rain chart here. So the time is here in the top right hand corner. There's today at midday. Notice the area of high pressure across the British Isles, and as I run through the sequence into next week, you'll notice how the high really just stays in situ before just slowly drifting westwards towards the end of next week. Now the story here is that this allows this west to northwesterly flow to develop. It brings cooler air down across the whole of the country. So after some very warm conditions this week, I think it turns down cooler towards the next weekend. But then into the beginning of the week after next, yes, the flow is hinted at staying more northerly on the GFS ensemble. And just notice though what happens, look, in the latter part of the period. Starting to see more west and northwesterlies coming in around the 3rd or the 4th, and here's that trough in the western Atlantic. Look, it's starting to develop there as it moves its way westwards, and the flow becoming more westerly through the British Isles. I think this is the hint of these changes underway, starting to take place, look, and we're going there right the way through to the 8th of April. Yes, the high is still there just north of the Azores, but we've got more of this westerly flow. The temperature drop shows nicely on the city temperature forecast. Here's London for the next 16 days up to the 9th of April. And look, here's the maximum temperatures. Look at these, hovering around 16 to 18 degrees. Could be much warmer than that through until about the 30th. So through until around Friday, but then Thursday and Friday. But then look what happens. This sharp drop in temperature bringing us down to nearer the 10s to 12s during the end of next week. And also notice the rainfall here. Look, dry during this first period, but then look what happens, the rainfall amounts increasing during the second part of the forecast period. So I certainly think that cooler and more unsettling conditions are on the way. That's what we've been hinting at for quite a while now. And let's just see what the CFS make of things as well. Well, the CFS charts are showing on the rainfall charts. We'll go down to week 3 here on the rainfall. So this takes us through until the 13th of April. And look, you can see how much wetter the country is during that week. Here's the high now displaced out towards the west. Take it through to week 4, so this will be the week taking us up to the 20th of April. Here's the jet again, straight through the country. Look, lots of rain around much of the British Isles, and also quite a bit into the western part of Europe. Into the week around the 27th of April, jet stream is still there, look, bringing some outbreaks of rain through the UK. And then we'll go through into the beginning part of May, and the CFS, look, builds the high back through Iberia and into the British Isles during the start of this week, pushes the rainfall back towards the north. And how does that shape up as we get through into the 11th of May? Well, this is the week ending the 11th of May, and it wants to build that high back northwards. Now, we have to treat these long-range models with a pinch of salt, but that is being backed up by most of the major models now. So that seems to be the pattern, a cooler, wetter April, but then things becoming warmer and drier again through May. So hope that's been useful for you. Don't forget this site's kept free of charge by the advert you see around the screen. So if you see an advert you like, click on it, go through to the advertiser. It generates revenue for us and it shows the advertiser you're interested in what they do. So thanks again for watching and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.